Shalom, shalom. Koholayim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered abroad, even if you're among the heathen, and unlike the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the whole household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say shalom to you. All right, this is like breaking news. Says 3 police officers killed and 2 injured in Pennsylvania shooting. So this is literally just in. All right, according to the Associated Press, I want to say fair use, fair use. I got an article too that's on rtnews.com. It's just published. I'm going to go into it. And the Lord, when this quick video is edifying to the flock. But what's going on is, let me say this though. So what's going on is Esau is accusing Jacob. All right, which Esau is the so-called white man. All right, and he's accusing Jacob of being violent. He's blaming he's blaming all the high crime on Jake. And what the Lord is doing is showing the whole world that the violent man is you, Esau. All right. Because who is Jacob? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. All right. That's us, man. We're the descendants of Jacob. We're the descendants of Jacob, whose name changed to Israel. We're the Israelites, meaning descendants of Israel, through one of his sons. So we're the ones that's being slandered in the news. All right. Through your mainstream news media as the violent ones, as a problem of society. And the Lord is really just returning your own words, all right, or making your own words fall upon yourself. And I might entitle this video that, okay? So let's jump into it, okay? Again, fair use, fair use.
The situation today involved law enforcement officers who were shot. I can confirm that the shooter is dead. I can confirm that there were 5 law enforcement officers who were shot today. 3 fatally, 2 that were transported here to Wellspan in York. They are currently listed in critical but stable condition.
This kind of violence isn't okay. We need to do better as a society. We need to help the people who think that picking up a gun, picking up a weapon is the answer to resolving disputes. We need to do better when it comes to mental health. We need to do better when it comes to looking out for those who are in need so we don't have to deal with tragedies like this. We got to do better as a society. I know everybody up here believes that, and everybody up here works hard to do that every day. I just think as a community, it's time for us to work hard to heal from this and to make sure that those whose lives were lost today, that something constructive can come from that in their memory that stops this kind of violence in the future. That protects those people that put on those uniforms for us. That makes it so these trauma surgeons don't have to patch this many people up. We've got to do better as a society. I know we're all committed to doing that work. We've got to do even more.
As you can see, that was police chief and the governor of Pennsylvania. And you heard him say that they shot. Matter of fact, I'm going to play that back. All right, I'm going to play that back. You heard him say they,
From this?
hold on, Slovakia.
Situation today.
They shot the suspect, but they haven't identified him, which is crazy. But anyways, and I'm going to show you why, too.
The situation today involved law enforcement officers who were shot. I can confirm that the shooter is dead.
See, the shooter is dead, right? Excuse me. Why not put his identity out there, right? Well, this is from RT News. This is breaking news. Let's read into it right here. Let me see. Okay. Police were dispatched to Har and Emick Roads in Spring Grove, a farming community. See, a farming community, and we can already assume, which it'd be a good assumption, that this farming community was a so-called white community, an Edomite community. See, how the shooting unfolded remains unclear. Multiple reports said the suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. A neighbor told local news stations WGAL that he heard at least 30 gunshots and saw 2 officers lying on the ground at a farmhouse. See? Now, this is a video clip. Let me see here. So as you can see, this is a Ruel community. All right. A Ruel community. Let's see the comments, what the comments looking like. If they're going to show them. Okay. All right. Oh, look at this. Look. Black thugs killing white honest as always. Oh, man. Ain't that something? Blaming Jake for it, right? Guarantee you this is an Edomite crime. But they're waiting because why? They don't want no more focus on their people because their people are the one that's committing these crimes. Okay, let me see here. All right. So we don't know who it is. They're not saying who it is, but in the farming community, okay. But what's going on is the Lord is showing you who is the violent, okay? All right. Even Yahweh Shai, when he said that the violent taking it by force. Let me see. Let me see if I get that real quick. Bear with me 1 second. All right, this is Matthew 11 and 12. Excuse me. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven, which that represents the Israelites, okay, suffered violence. This is in red, so Yahweh Shai is speaking. Okay, you had John the Baptist on the scene during this time. All right, he had came on the scene. You know, he was baptizing, right, and then he also spoke of Yahweh Shai. All right, one whose shoes he cannot latch, right, which that was Yahweh Shai. But during this time, right, Yahweh Shai was speaking about his people, all right, the Israelites that were at Jerusalem at that time suffering violence. And matter of fact, let me keep reading. It says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Right, who was the violent? It was the Romans, the Edomites, man. The Roman Edomites, man, that took Jerusalem by force. See? And that goes into what? All right, 66 through 73 AD, mainly 70 AD, because that was when they totally burned down the temple, burned down Jerusalem. The Roman soldiers, man. This guy, Vespasian, and his son Titus led the charge. So Esau was the violent one, man. All right. This is why you have these Edomites that are gun crazy. All right. They support gun rights like their life depend on it, because that's their blessing, the sword. You know? See, Esau, and I bring this out kind of often, I'm not going to Genesis 27, but the truth is Esau had a blessing, all right, that Isaac blessed him with, which is a sword. And Isaac told him, by thy sword shalt thou live. And what's going on is a lot of Edomites are dying by the sword. Okay? Now, I'm not glorifying these officers' death or anything. I don't know these officers. I'm just showing you that the suspect was a so-called white male. How the hell you have excuse me, 5 officers get shot, according to the report out of the police chief mouth, right? An article I'm reading, and 3 unalive, 2 in a critical condition but stable. You shot the suspect or the shooter dead, but then you don't have an identity. Why? What are you trying to hide? That he's another so-called white male, Edomite male, right? See? So what's going on again is the Lord is making Esau's tongue to fall upon himself, right? Let's go to Psalm 64. And I think I passed it, Slovakia. All right, Psalm 64 and 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, right? Your own tongue, your own words, man. All right, are condemning you, man. So you have a perpetual desire to destroy us Israelites. You want to do away with us, but the Lord won't allow you to. And the Lord won't allow you to get a certain number of Israelites, so they can be punished, okay, because they don't want to return to Him. But ultimately, the Lord has an elect, and you can't, do anything to the elect except for the ones that will be beheaded or martyrs for the word of the Most High and the witness of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And that's just a test of our faith as far as the ones of us that have to go through that lot. It could be me. It could be any of us that can go through that, or that's our lot in this truth, man. And so be it. So be it. They're pushing the violent narrative really heavy in the news right now. And you Israelites out there, you need to pay attention. He's not doing it for his fucking health. He's doing it because he has a narrative to push. And that narrative is what? That you Negroes, all right, so-called Negroes, and you so-called Hispanics are the violent, are you criminals? Shit that belongs to him. Shit that pertains to Esau, he put it on us. There's just thoughts. It's just a menace to society. How Esau talk. This is Psalms 140. Matter of fact, I'll read this. I'll read this one. Psalms 140:1. It says, a Psalm of David: deliver me, O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, from the evil man. Right, Esau, Edom. That's the evil man. Okay. It says, preserve me from the violent man. Right. It tell you in Psalm 73 that violence covered him as a chain. Okay. What's that? Micah 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence. The so-called white man do that. That's his MO. How do you think he got America from us? Northern tribes. It went through a business transaction or a peace deal. We didn't give it to him willingly. He warred with us for it. Killing tens of millions, tens upon tens of millions of so-called Native Americans, so-called indigenous to Americans, which they call us Native Americans and Hispanics today, or Latinos, or Aborigines. Well, how you want to word the shit? But we just, in truth, we are or represent the northern tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay, along with the southern kingdom that was brought over here on slave ships. All right, and you had some of the northern tribes, some of our people was taken out on slave ships across to the other part of the world. Okay. But let's focus on this, right? excuse me, verse 2, it says, which imagine mischief in their heart. Right, mischief. Let's read the NLT. Okay. O Lord, rescue me from evil people. Protect me from those who are violent, those who plot evil in their hearts and stir up trouble all day long. Right. Remember when, Captain Kirk got assassinated? They had a so-called blackface at first. And when the truth came out that he was Tyler Robinson, a so-called white male, then, what the governor say? I was hoping there was, someone from across the border. I was hoping there was, someone that was originally from another country. Not one of us, right? That's how he worded the shit. Excuse me. So that's them plotting evil. Wow, they want to stir up trouble against us, man. And what's on the table? War. That involves World War III. That involves race wars. All the above. See? Verse 3. Their tongues sting like a snake. The venom of a viper drips from their lips. Right. Their words are fucking none but bitter words, man. That's looking to what? Destroy us as far as our image in the news media, because it's their media, right? To assassinate our character or characteristics of us, portray us as the villain, and he's the villain. And now look what's going on, man. Verse 4, O Lord, keep me out of the hands of the wicked. Protect me from those who are violent, for they are plotting against me. Right? And that's how we feel. That's the way we feel, man. Because it ain't really a feeling. That's what we think, because that's what's going on, man. They're plotting evil against us, man. Fucking bragging about, their prison camps. Yeah, alligator Alcatraz. They can't get out of there. I got teeth of crocodiles, alligators. You won't be able to swim through those swamps, right? They bragging about the shit. Because they really want to fucking destroy you Israelites out there, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. That's what this is all about, man. They're tying you into the fucking left. Like politicians have never benefited so-called Black and Latino and Native American people, man. Never have benefited us, but yet they want to lump us into this nonsense, man. Verse 5, the proud have set a trap to catch me. They have stretched out a net. They have placed traps along the way. Yeah. Now, even you, man, especially you, the head tribe, Judah, man. All the shit that they trying to do to Judah. You're habitual offenders within Esau's law. So you're eligible to be thrown out of the country too, to a third world country or some shit. Thrown into a prison camp. Jacob's time of trouble is a time of trouble for all the tribes. Not just one tribe in particular. As you've heard from the apostles on down, hey, Israel get it first, which is us northern tribes, then Judah get it the worst. Because who the face they trying to put in the news heavy? The so-called black face. So-called Negro face, man. That's who they want to be the criminal, the villain. But hey, the whole world see through them, man. I remember President Rodrigo Duarte spoke about how. Let me see, can I find that, by the way? I'm gonna get ready to close Slovakia. All right, Rodrigo. Oh, this all this shit. Rodrigo Duarte. Duarte on blacks. Die in America. He made a statement, right? I'm gonna see, can I find it, Lord willing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Fair use, fair use.
Why are you Americans killing the black people there, shooting them down when they are already on the ground? Answer that question. Because even
Yeah, let me slow that down, man. Let me slow that down, man. See, the whole world knows what's going on over here in fucking Babylon, man. All right, let me play that back. Fair use, fair use.
why are you Americans killing the black people there, shooting them down when they are already on the ground? Answer that question. Because even if it's only 1 or 2 or 3, it's still human rights violation. That you tell that to that American there. Or better still, tell him that I will pay him a visit if there is time. You just tell me where I can find him. Sino? The mayor is asking you, we're going to see you. Ako pupunta doon.
Yeah, man, he was right. See? He was right. That dude, I think that dude is Jake, man, because them Filipinos are little Negroes anyway. And the Negritos, you know. That dude might be a Jake, Rodrigo Duarte, man. He's a Filipino, he was a Filipino president at that time. Okay? But, you know, all the things that happen to our people, it go unnoticed or swept under the rug. Now, dig this too. You have it where what's going on now is fucking you have the Delta state lynching going on, right? And look at this article right here. It says black people, which they the tribe of Judah, black people don't lynch themselves. Internet reacts to Delta State University statement saying there was no foul play in Trey Reed's death. That was like 2 students that got lynched. All right. So we know the history of lynching here in America, man. See? And this is what's going on right now. Now I was going to do a video on it, but hey, it is what it is. I'll just, lump in it here. That's the spirit, because, hey, look at what's going on to us. How the fuck is it 2025 and you still got our people being lynched, man? Where's the why nobody in uproar about this? Because nobody give a shit about our people, man. Starting with Judah on down to the rest of us, man. They don't care about our people. This is Jeremiah 15:5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee?" Right. Let me read the NLT for you wacky ass Christians, man. All right. Who will feel sorry for you, Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, man. We're the people of Jerusalem. Okay, I was just going to a little Roman history just briefly, but in particular the so-called Negroes, so-called blacks, and you had sprinkles of us northern tribes over there. We were the ones that was ransacked by the fucking Roman Edomites. The same people that rule over us today. Same people that rule America. The same people that's in the ruling seat of the world. Okay? Same people, man. It says, who will weep for you? Who will even bother to ask how you are? What about Trey Reynolds? That's his name? Trey Reed, Shalakia. Trey Reed. What about Trey Reed family? Fucking college student. Going to college. He's been a model citizen, right? How old is he? Let me see how old is he. Right? Let me see how old this Jake is. Don't matter, but I just want to, he was going to college. Look at him. Trying to create a future for himself, so-called, right? And look at what happened. He's no longer here. See? He's no longer here. Young man. Young man. Okay? How the fuck he gonna go up on the tree and hang himself? That don't even make no sense. You gonna just lynch yourself. Come on, man. And that's why ultimately the Lord is gonna repay you, man, for what you've done to us, man. All right? The Lord's gonna repay you, man. All this shit you talk about us, man. Your ass the violent one, Esau. Okay? Your ass the violent. And it's showing every day. Every fucking day. All right, I'm looking for, I'm in the wrong book, Shalaki. Yeah, it's showing every fucking day, man. Deuteronomy 33, Shalakia. This is Deuteronomy 33 and verse, let's see it, 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. The shield of thy help, excuse me, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Right, because when it all goes down, the Lord's going to cause his people to take hold on you Edomites, man. All you fucking heathen, but start with you Edomites. And they're gonna kick off with Judah. You know? The Lord's gonna repay you, man. The Lord required that which is past, man. And you got shit going on right now that you're doing to our people, man. You know? You're doing shit right now. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Heavenly Father required that which is past. Right? You got a lot of shit you got to pay for it. Scripture say, wasn't Job that he are full of the sins of his youth? So you got to go back, way back to get your ass when you was a serpent. And then Cain. And then Esau, you know, that you are right now. The wicked is still in the earth, man. The wicked is ruling. Why do you think the whole earth is in mourning, man? The whole earth, the people that inhabit the earth, everyone, even the fucking the life in the sea or waters, the wildlife, everything is fucking mourning because why? You are causing things to mourn because why? You destroying every fucking thing, man. And the number one thing you want to destroy is the nation of Israel, which is the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native American people, man. It's not a secret, man. This is a known fact. But the Lord's going to repay you, Esau. And it says it's a righteous thing with the Heavenly Father to recompense them that trouble us, man. And no one troubled us more than the Edomites, man. They are our arch enemy, man. They hate us and we hate you. It's a mutual feeling. You know? It's a fucking mutual feeling, right? But the Heavenly Father's going to repay you, man. By what? Putting you in captivity under us. Revelation 13, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. You know? And they're going to start with your fucking nobles, man, your elites. The goddamn small hats, man. They're going to go into slavery first. Head first, man. Soon the destruction over from the Lord destroying your kingdom, your nobles, your elites going to go into captivity. Then the rest of you Edomites going to go into captivity. We're going to have a foot in your ass for 1,000 years till Obadiah 18. We're going to round your ass up and do away with you. Having a big bonfire, man. Thus said the Bible. Thus said Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to leave it right there. I mean, I could go on, but I just wanted to chime in a little bit on what's going on. All right, in the news. It's just, again, breaking news. So with that, all praises and glory be unto Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rachakodash. Shalom to the Lord's elect, and I'll see you in the next video. Lord willing, shalom.